everybody, this is Keith here of Euphoria Picture. Welcome back to my channel. Right, so I got two packages through the door. I got this one right here from my good friend Mike Wilcox, and then I've got this one by my good friend Alan Meggs. And you can bet your ass that whenever I receive a gift from anyone, I'm going to come into this room, knock on the camera, and give an honest reaction to what's inside both of these packages. I honestly cannot wait. Now, Alan's package, I do know what's inside this, even though he said there is an added surprise, which is ridiculous when you consider the initial first gift that he was sending my way. It's such a wonderful gesture. It is huge, as a matter of fact. It is a 4K collector's release. It was an edition that I was very concerned about. I thought I was going to miss out. And Alan contacted me and he said, Keith, any luck with this certain release? And I was like, no. And he said, don't worry, I got you covered. I'm going to get you one from my local Golden Discs. And that was a massive weight off my shoulders. I'm not kidding. But then when he actually told me that he was actually gifting it to me, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. It was such a wonderful gesture. And you're going to see if he's ourselves now in a second. Like I said, a 4K collector's edition. I was so worried that I was going to miss out on it. It was a massive deal. And Alan has me covered. I couldn't believe it when he told me. So thank you so much, Alan. And when it comes to Mike's package, Mike has been very, very quiet. I have absolutely no idea what's inside this set. It feels like a movie, like a Blu-ray or DVD or something like that. So there's a reason why Mike has sent this my way, and I cannot wait to rip into it. So with that said, I'm going to get this going, and I'm going to start with Mike's package. So I already have pre-opened it like I always do. So I am going to go into this and let's see what we are dealing with. So the first thing I can feel is a letter wrapped around what is a 4K release. And on the letter it does say, read me first. Okay, so I haven't looked at the 4K title, which is very exciting. It says on it, actually I'll just quickly show you the letter. But it says on it, hi Keith, I hope this finds you and Ellen well. This just is a little something to complete one of your collector's sets. I hope it helps. Okay, all the best, Mike, that other retro guy. That is fantastic. So I am intrigued. So the movie is beside me. I haven't looked at it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to let you look at it first. We're going to share this together. So here we go. This is the 4K release. You have got to be kidding me. Mike. Oh, mate. That is huge. Oh, that is such a wonderful gesture. Now, let me explain what's going on here. So it is the 4K release of The Shape of Water. So around a month ago, I done a video showcasing this absolutely stunning release of this movie. It was a Film Arena XL edition, and in that video I explained that the 4K was meant to come with it, but the disc wasn't in it. It was just the Blu-ray, and the seller made a mistake and he refunded me a bit of money. All was good. But in that video I did say that I wanted to pick up the 4K release to complete that set, and I was told the 4K looks amazing, even though, you know, I was told that I was actually an improvement over the Blu-ray, and I'm actually struggling to believe that because the Blu-ray was quite impressive. And yeah, I'm very intrigued to check it out. But yes, I was going to pick up this on 4K to complete that set, and Mike has taken care of it for me. Oh, that is fantastic. That is unbelievable. And Mike, I can promise you now, I'm going to take this 4K disc out of this set, and it's going into that edition where it rightfully belongs. So yes, you have completed a collector's edition for me, Mike. That is wonderful. That is such a huge deal. Thank you so much, Mike. So what I'm going to do is, folks, Mike has a YouTube channel. It is called The Other Retro Guy. And I am going to leave a link in the description below. And if you could do, go over to his channel, check it out, and if you could give him a subscribe, that would be massively, massively appreciated. His latest video he's done, he actually showed off his entire Star Trek collection, and I still haven't got around to checking it out myself yet, but I'm very intrigued to see what he has in store for us when it comes to that video. So Mike, thank you so much. I can't stress to you how much I appreciate this. What a wonderful gift. So yes, link in the description below to his channel. Right, so on to Alan's package. So I have pre-opened this as well. So let's get this going. Right, so I've got another bag. So bear with me. I have to rip into this. Okay, I'm in. Actually, my name is actually written on the bag. I think you can see it there. Yeah. Okay, we are in. So the first thing I see, I'll leave the main gift to last. But the other one he sent me is this one right here. So I have absolutely no idea what this is. So I am going to go in and see. It's a book. It's a book, and it is, it's a book to do with Patrick Stewart. The Sunday Times bestseller. He writes as well as he acts, Sir Ian McKellen. So yes, it's Patrick Stewart. A book based on his life, I presume. So I had absolutely no idea that this came out. Is this actually like a new release? I honestly don't know. But I have all the time in the world for Patrick Stewart. He comes across as such a genuine, nice guy. And this is going to be very, very interesting. So there's a reason why Alan has sent this my way. He obviously thinks I'm going to get a lot from it. And yeah, I am intrigued. That is such a very, very kind gesture on your part, Alan. As a matter of fact, I'm sure Ellen will probably give this a read as well. Ellen's a real bookworm. So I think she'll get a lot from this one as well. So anyone that has read this, share your thoughts in the comment section. So that is unbelievable. Patrick Stewart. He is the man. Right, now, there is a letter here as well. Now, I don't know whether to read. You know what? I'm going to show the collector's release. Brace ourselves for this. So the first thing I'm going to show you is, as you can see, it is a Warner Brothers box. And that can only mean one thing. If you're aware of my channel, I think you know what's inside this box. Bear in mind now, he has gifted this to me. He has actually sent me the Dirty Harry 4K Collector's Edition. Now, in case there's a few people out there wondering, wait a minute, Keith, you've done a video on this box set. Well, yes, I have. Now, I'm not going to explain it in this video because I don't want to rant on too long. But I managed to get a hold of a copy of it from a friend of mine so I can do that unboxing for you. Now, if you haven't seen that video, I will leave a link in the description below. I'm not going to unbox this here because, like I said, I've done it already. So the link is in the description for that video if you do want to check it out. But yes, when Alan told me that he had me covered when it comes to this set, oh my god, it was just, I'm such a fan of Dirty Harry, but not only that, I'm a huge fan of these Warner Brothers Collector's Editions. I must be close to 40 now that I have. I love them. I love the presentation of them. And the thought of actually missing out on this one, it was such a huge release. The steelbook inside the set was selling out everywhere. I knew this set would do the same as well. So when Alan told me that he had me covered, oh, it was just a wonderful, wonderful feeling. And I can't thank you enough, Alan. This is such an absolutely fantastic gesture on your part. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to watch this. And I'm going to come back right now and share my thoughts on the 4K transfer. If I'm going to do it, I may as well do it right. Now, before I do anything, naturally, I want to read the letter that Alan sent to me. So I'm just going to open this up and let's see what's inside. Right, we've got a letter. Yeah, Alan types out his letters. And it says, "Hi Keith, as promised, I hope it makes your day. I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming. A little reading material added in. It's a cracking book, so I hope you enjoy it. Dirty Harry always makes me smile. Some years back, I bought my dad a DVD box set of all the movies for Christmas. There was a replica of his police badge in it. Dad used to love popping into town every week to buy books, DVDs, etc. And he used to show the bus driver the police badge instead of his pass, and then he'll tell him to make his day. Delighted to help you out with this, and I hope you enjoy. Regards to you and Alan. That is brilliant. That is brilliant. And Alan, I'll tell you one thing, mate. It's such that connection that you had with your father. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. It's amazing the way movies can connect us with our parents. I've gone through it myself with mine. I probably wouldn't have any of this if it wasn't for my father. He was the one that kind of introduced me to so many movies back in the day. And Alan clearly has that connection with his father. It is a beautiful, beautiful thing. And that letter is going into that Dirty Harry collection. It's going to be there forever, Alan. Thank you so much. So with that said, I will be back in a couple of seconds. I'm going to share my thoughts on that 4K transfer. Right, so I just finished watching the 4K disc, and yeah, I was very, very impressed with this 4K transfer. Is it the best transfer I've ever seen? No. No, I'm not going to lie. I have seen better, but take nothing away from it. It is still a wonderful, wonderful transfer. Now, I have to tell you, the clarity and contrast that you see in this one is truly incredible. You will not believe that you're actually looking at a movie that came out in, 1971, I think? It's crazy. I'm not going to say that it looks modern. I wouldn't go that far. But you would never think 71. It's an impressive looking image, no question about it. And the implementation of HDR was tastefully handled. Now, I know a lot of people out there are disappointed that Dolby Vision didn't feature on this release. I don't really mind, if I'm completely honest. I'm not one of those people. I don't buy into the whole Dolby Vision versus HDR thing. As a matter of fact, I've done it before on a video where I showed a 4K release of a movie that had Dolby Vision, and then I knocked it off and I put on the HDR, and you'd be hard pressed to tell a difference in terms of colour. HDR gets the job done, and it gets the job done on this release. Everything just has a more natural appearance to it. I'm not saying that the colours are hugely deep on this one. Like I said, natural I think is the right word. And the HDR colours in particular is a marked improvement over that previous Blu-ray, which is no slouch, by the way. It's a wonderful Blu-ray, but this one takes it a couple of steps further, no question about it. But it's not all roses, unfortunately, because I did have issues. Now, it goes without saying, there is going to be a few scenes in this movie where you get fade-ins, and when you get them fade-ins, naturally the picture is going to look a bit soft. That's all source material. There's no way of getting around that. So, I'm not even sure why I mentioned that, but I just wanted to give you a heads up. Yes, there is quite a few fade-ins to be seen in this one. But there is one segment that I did not like on 4K, and it's the scene where where Harry is dropping off the money. And he's running from phone to phone. I'm not going to lie, that entire segment I thought looked very poor. Very, very poor. I thought up to that point the grain structure on it was incredibly healthy. But then whenever a bit of darkness came into it, and those scenes in particular are considerably dark, the grain just went all over the place. It was very sporadic. It was just swarming the image. And it was incredibly noisy at times, to the point that I found it very, very distracting. Not only that, but even the blacks that you see on screen on those particular dark scenes, they're nowhere near as deep as I come to expect. As a matter of fact, I was sitting here, Ellen was watching it with me, and she instantly looked at me and went, wow, those black levels do not look great. And she was absolutely spot on. So that entire segment of him running from phone to phone, there's a bit in one segment in particular, is where he goes under the bridge and he meets all the gang members or the punks or whatever you want to call them. That scene in particular I thought looked terrible. There was even issues in terms of black crush. So yes, a few of those darker scenes didn't sit well with me. There was even another bit, I noticed a bit of black crushing going on. It was the bit where he's with his partner in the car and he thought he seen someone with a briefcase. That segment, again, they just looked a little crushed from what I was seeing. But I've said this so many times before on my videos, folks. Everybody's equipment is different. It's all calibrated differently. You're going to get a very different viewing experience to what I'm seeing. But yeah, those nighttime segments just didn't sit well for me. But that's the only gripe that actually, there's one other thing. And I'm very curious to hear your thoughts out there on this one. Just every now and again, just a handful of scenes, nothing too crazy, I just thought the skin tones, it was almost like this kind of purple hue came on the skin tones. It just happened on a few scenes, and I'm not quite sure why it was happening. Again, it could have something to do with the implementation of HDR. I honestly don't know. But I am very curious to hear your thoughts out there. Did anyone come across that, these kind of purple hues that just appeared on their faces? It was just very odd. It was a strange effect that I've never seen before on a 4K disc. But like I said, other than those kind of considerably dark scenes and those kind of strange color tones that were appearing on faces, I thought it was a wonderful, wonderful 4K transfer. And I understand all the hype behind it now. I get it. Hands down, the best this movie has ever looked, regardless of some of the issues that I spoke about. Now, it comes with the added bonus of a Dolby Atmos soundtrack, and I have to tell you, that was the star of the show for me. I could not believe how good it sounded. Now, I'll get the obvious out of the way in terms of the audio, the dialogue. It is incredibly clean. I couldn't believe how clean it was. There was one or two issues in it where I could hear a bit of hissing behind the dialogue. But again, we're just talking about a handful of scenes here, and trust me, it's never going to distract you. But it's when I heard the score of the movie, right at the start, I was there and I was actually just sitting here and I was just looking around me, and I could not believe the amount of sound. It was just coming from everywhere. Like, a large segment of the music was coming out of the front. That goes without saying. But it's almost like the cymbals that you hear from the drums, they're all coming above you. And then you can hear a different bit of music coming from behind you. I'm not kidding. I've said this before on my channel. Atmos is designed to give you a sense, it's like a dome feeling, a dome environment. And when you hear that score, that's exactly what it feels like. It feels like you're in a dome of sound. And I never heard the music in this movie sounding as good as it did. It's a wonderful, wonderful Dolby Atmos soundtrack. There was even a few scenes where the overhead channels got used. One segment in particular, it's the bit where Harry Callan is trying to set your man up. They leave a door unlocked, and they shine a light on him, and then he opens fire, and there's like this neon sign behind him, and when he starts shooting at the neon sign, you can actually hear it all kind of, all exploding, all the bulbs, just exploding, and that is all coming from your higher channels. Again, it just slightly elevated the scene, but that's what I get from Atmos. Even if it only slightly elevates a scene, I think it's worth doing. So all in all, I thought the Dolby Atmos was very impressive with this one, and there is a lot of low-end bass to be had with it as well. One or two sequences in particular, I was like, oh wow, the room is actually shaking. And I never thought I would get that from a movie that came out in, 71? So yes, for me, folks, the star of the show is the Dolby Atmos soundtrack, but it is a wonderful, wonderful 4K transfer. And a huge thanks once again to Alan for sending this my way. As you can see, I am very happy with the results here, despite the issues that I had with it. So thank you once again, Alan. So with that said, I am going to let you go. So as per usual, folks, if you did like what you see here, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you could do, leave a comment down below. And please do share your thoughts on these gifts that I received. And yeah, I hope to see you all again real soon with my next video. Until then, I'll see you soon. Bye bye.